becoming present to what is real is essential. Some people call it meditation. It is simply being aware of what is real, and nothing you think is real. Welcome to satsang.
How long does it take to become enlightened?
That's a funny question. I really think it takes lifetimes. This idea that you do everything right and you become enlightened, I think that's a myth. I think it depends on what you've done here before. I think the people who wake up have been here many, many times. But in this lifetime, to wake up, you need a mind that will support enlightenment. And the only type of mind that will support enlightenment is a mind that can surrender unconditionally. And that's an uncommon thing in a human being, because unconditional surrender is against survival. It's achieved through the practice of acceptance and the practice of let go. But most people do not practice acceptance and they do not practice let go. They practice hanging on and they practice resistance to life. And so most people create a life of suffering for themselves until they die as a result of the practices they do. Someone who's awake has mastered their mind to quite a large degree, at least to the degree where they can be in unconditional surrender. And a mind that is like that is equanimous. It is flatlined. But I don't think that's enough. I think there's more to it. Because enlightenment itself is an accident, or at least it seems that way. And I think that accident is facilitated by what people have done before. In the West, past lives are just a New Age thing, some kind of hippie thing. But I started remembering my past lives when I was a Roman Catholic schoolboy at the age of 10. And I've remembered hundreds of them since. The idea that there's not past lives, to me, is ridiculous. Anybody that appears in satsang, anybody that appears as a seeker, has definitely done this before, because you've been called to do it again until you get free. And enlightenment is freedom. Freedom from the prison of the mind. And that's up to you. You create your reality with the way you think. And if you've got a mind that is just programmed to resist and defend itself, well, that's all you'll do unless you change it. It is only with practice that we change the mind patterns. The practice of acceptance, the practice of letting go, teaches you to have a cool, calm life. A life that will support enlightenment. A life that will support heart. A life that will support a relaxed way of being. But that's up to you. Nobody can do it for you. You can't get it by reading it in a book or listening to me. You only can get it through practice. What you practice is going to become your default pattern. And just so you know, default patterns take a few years to produce. Anyone can change what they're doing temporarily through discipline, but a default pattern happens automatically without you doing anything. And to develop a default pattern takes a few years.
Is trying to calculate how long it's going to take to become enlightened in the way of awakening?
Trying to calculate, trying to stop calculating is in the way, because they're both movements of the mind into dream. And dream is in the way. When you were 2 years old, you were present without dream. You were just present, you just saw everything as it was. You weren't naming things yet, you weren't analysing things yet, you weren't problem solving yet. Not really. You were just present to reality. Becoming present to what is real is essential. Some people call it meditation. It is simply being aware of what is real, and nothing you think is real.
You spoke about past lives. Why do you think it takes so many lifetimes for awakening to occur in a human being?
I don't know. One of the things I discovered is I don't know an awful lot. We are programmed to try to know so we can actually control things, so we can manipulate things. As you become more conscious, you give that up. You be okay with I don't know. You stop manipulating, you stop controlling, you let go. Nesta, 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 have I got something for you?
Do you? Do you? Wow.
I didn't give you a long enough look for you to get it, okay? Deliberately. You've asked for
Okay.
sannyas. Do you still want sannyas, Nesta?
No, I don't want.
Oh, that's okay.
No. I changed my mind.
Ah,
I
good.
changed my mind. No, just joking, man. Of course I want sannyas.
Jeez, I'm not.
Come
Okay, Nesta. So I'll ask you again. Do you still want sannyas?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I've chosen you a name. Your sannyasin name is Prem Arnav. Arnav. Prem meaning love and Arnav meaning ocean. It is in perceiving love that we find we have always been the ocean, not just the wave on the surface. Everything for love, always. Openness counts for everything. Your way is the way of the heart, because you're already very good with the mind. But what will soften you and what will bring you home is your heart. But to do that, you've got to become open and undefended. And that is going to be quite a task. But that is the way that would suit you and would serve you best. Arnav, I give you our new brother, Prem Arnav. Welcome, Prem Arnav. And Tosh will send you a copy of the certificate.
Thank
You're
you
very
very
welcome.
much. Such a privilege. Thank you. Is Anef A-N-E V or F?
A-R-A-R-N-A-V. A-R-N-A-V. Arnav.
Anef.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Mr. Ocean, how you doing?
Yeah, Mr. Ocean, babe. I'm yeah, Aquaman. Thank you, man.
Aquaman. Yeah, I can see that.
Aquaman. Thank you. Wow. Thank you very much, myself. My love. Thank you.
That's the way, love. That is the way.
Wow. My name is Ocean. So beautiful. Thank you.
Is there
Thank
anything
you
else
very
you'd like
much.
to talk about, Arnev?
No,
Okay.
it's enough.
So you're about 2 minutes old now. You're the
I am
youngest
2 minutes
sannyasin.
old.
You're the youngest sannyasin I have.
Wow. I'm from the grave.
You know, Arnev, you're a funny man. You really are.
You funny. It's all a joke, so what else to be, man? So happy I'm a friend. Fun to
Uh-huh.
say. Woohoo! Woohoo! May the force be with you.
And with you. Hang on, let's go one step further. Live long and prosper, Arnav.
Woo!
Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Not right now, man. I'm just gonna enjoy all this water. Thank you.
You know,
Anif, wow.
you are the water, you are the ocean. You've been living as a wave for long enough. It's time to find yourself as the ocean.
I want to go down your memory lane as well, because when I was reading some of your stuff online, and I've only just discovered you, can you believe this? That you said you used to go to Zorba the Buddha,
Yeah.
the restaurant in Fremantle.
Yes, I used to work there.
Did you? Because I was the MD there, and
Well,
one night 3 or 4 young Turks came in. I'm asking, it's one of them, you, who came in, and they were celebrating that they just closed a deal on some quite a hefty amount, and so they were drinking all the best wine in the restaurant. And I had to make a decision afterwards whether or not to take your credit card for this amount. So I made an executive decision and go. It wasn't you. Could it have been you?
yes, it could have been me. That was the sort of thing I did.
It was the most fun night.
But I eventually took sannyas in '83, and I worked at Zorba the Buddhas in Fremantle as a cocktail waiter. And
What year?
It would have been 83, 84.
Because I came back from Pune in about 81 when they decamped to Oregon. And that's when we were there. I took it in 76.
Yeah, no, that was way before me. In '76, so I hadn't heard of Osho.
I don't know who you were. Just an ordinary guy when I saw you. It would have been about 1980.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought, God, I bet that's the guy that I made this executive decision. I had to answer for it next day, I can tell you.
Yeah, well, I used to pay for it with credit cards. Yep.
Yeah, probably was. Anyway, so that's me.
What's your sannyasin name, Judith?
Vimala, Anand Vimala.
Oh, I remember you. I
Do
remember
you?
Yes, I do. Yes, Vimala.
Well, anyway, that's that's me. So,
you would have been a member of the commune.
Yeah.
At
College Street, yeah.
I never joined the commune in College Street because I applied to join, and Sheila Silverman wanted to take over my company and put sannyasins in it. And at the time, I had a publishing company, and it was quite big, and I knew that she'd send it broke. So I said no. I said, no, I'm not joining. But what I did have, which was probably similar to you, is I had absolute devotion to Osho.
Or Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh.
Bhagwan was, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes,
So,
Bhagwan, yes.
so if I come down there, can I, get some of this reflected energy that you, if I come down to Fremantle? Are you in Fremantle?
I operate in Bedford-Dale. I have a centre there, and I do public satsangs there on a Friday night where people can come. I was operating in Fremantle at the meeting place, but we've had a lot of problems with the management there. So we've just recently changed that situation where I'm currently holding satsang from a house that I have in Spearwood, but it's not open to the public. It's just it's open to everybody online, but it's not open to the public, as in people sitting with me. I've got at the moment I've got 4 people in front of me.
So what? How does one take sannyas with you then?
Well, you would have witnessed Arnav just take sannyas.
Yeah, I've seen people doing it. Is that the only way it happens?
Yes, well, the way it happened when I took sannyas was you rode away to the ranch and applied for sannyas, and they would send back a name to the centre, and then Indivar would give you sannyas, right? Yeah.
I took it from Bhagwan.
I'm sure you did. In 76, you would have been able to be in contact with him physically and personally.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky you. By the time I got to him, you couldn't speak to him because you couldn't get within 50 metres of him. He had too many thousands of followers around him at the ranch. So I went to the ranch and lived there in 84 and 85. And then I went to Pune in 89 and lived there in 89.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what do I do? I'm going to take sannyas if you don't. Do you take Rajneeshis?
I have a lot of Rajneeshis already. See, what Osho said, what I heard him say anyway, was if he passed, go find someone who's awake.
Yeah. Okay.
Because dead gurus don't kick butt.
So you're going to sort of by osmosis sort of come to us.
No. I'll have a cup of tea with you because you're actually an old acquaintance. I think we probably look a bit different than when we met because it's been 40 years.
I know, you had a heck of a lot of hair. You look more like the fellow in the interview with Osho. Oh,
yeah,
Bhagwan, was it? Yeah.
That was an amazing that interview that I did with Osho. The 48 minutes I spent in front of him blew me apart, and it changed my life immeasurably. I went from being a businessman to a bum inside a year and a half. I gave my companies to my staff. I walked out and walked around Australia barefoot for 4 years as an absolute bum, looking for my heart because I was out of touch with it. He changed my whole direction of life to such a large extent.
Well, okay, the ball's in my court, is it?
Well, no, it's if you contact Tosh, who's of the society, he'll give you my phone number, and you can ring me or text me, and we'll get together for a coffee somewhere down in Fremantle.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah. What I wanted to do when I was a sannyasin is I wanted to be with my teacher. I wanted to be able to chat with him. I wanted to be able to walk with him. And that was something I couldn't do. So I try to make myself as available as possible to everybody that's with me.